Hello Capricorn, welcome to my channel. My name is Robyn. I'm a channeler and tarot reader, and this is going to be your May 2025 reading for Sun, Moon and Rising. We are going to get a theme for the month for you, what's working in your favor, potential challenge, outcome and a message from Spirit. Okay, so let's move over to the lovely desk. I've got a new setup, so there we go. Right, we're going to get a major arcana for you to see what is happening for you in May. Capricorn. This is from the Good Tarot deck by Colin Baron Reed. I've just extracted the major arcanas. Whoops. Okay. Right. Justice. Okay, this is cause and effect. This is basically where it feels like if you're waiting on a big legal decision, it feels like it's favorable for you. This is where things are starting to come into balance. That's the theme that you're exploring this month, meaning you're looking at where areas of your life are out of balance or not fair, or where energy is not being kind of evenly distributed. Okay, so that's the theme that you are exploring this month of May. Let us have a look. Now I'm using my deck. This deck here is, I'm just waiting for it to arrive in Spain. I'm in Spain at the moment. Ooh. Slightly different setup. I've changed the background over here and it comes in a lovely golden tin box, but I'll let you know as soon as the deck is available for purchase if you're interested. Some of you are already know this deck is called the Telepathic Tarot, and I painted all the cards myself. So, right. Oh, okay. So Capricorn, because I've got this new setup, I've got to kind of like shift over to this side. So I'm still kind of working it all out. Bear with me. Okay. Current energy, Queen of Swords, desire, death, what's working in your favor, Three of Swords, the challenge, King of Wands, and the outcome is a Page of Cups. Okay, so we've got a lot of blue coming up over here. We really are talking about a lot of the emotional body. Now, a lot of you might say, oh, the Three of Swords is not a good card to be in a positive position. But if it shows up in a positive position, it is positive, okay? So that's the thing with tarot. Everything has positive and negative traits to it. The Three of Swords is basically about cutting the layers off themselves, right? It is a sword energy, so it's really affecting the mind. And you're trying to sort of peel off these outer layers that have been holding you in a type of sadness for some time. But we are going to clarify, so don't worry. Okay, you start off with the Queen of Swords. So starting the month off of May, you kind of know exactly where your mind is at. You're not afraid to express yourself. You are saying it how it is, despite what anyone else says. And because of that, you're standing in your authenticity. It kind of has a light energy to it. You see how she's kind of floating a bit. So the Queen of Swords, it feels like it's the energy that you're embracing. We will clarify in a moment, don't worry. Your desire is to finish something off and blossom into something new. You want to kind of spread your wings. Now, the death card talks about a major transformation, okay? The butterfly does go into the chrysalis and, you know, has a very difficult kind of process it needs to go through, quite painful before it comes out on the other side with wings. So you know that there's something that needs to transform in your life. And that's kind of where your focus is on, particularly as it relates to this Justice card over here. So what I really love about this is that you're instigating it. Okay. Now, as I was saying about the Three of Swords beforehand, you are removing those outer layers of yourself that are just kind of not serving you. They're just kind of causing, you know, watery tears because she's crying over there. But they're just kind of, it's thought patterns, because it's sword energy, thought patterns that are just kind of haven't kind of done you any justice. Okay, so that's what you are working on, and it's extremely positive because this is the thing that's propelling you to the transformation that you desire and putting things back into balance. Okay, now the challenge is a King of Wands. So for some of you, this could be somebody else in your life. This could be like a boss figure or a romantic person who is kind of likes things the way that they are. Okay, when we have to go through a bit of a deep transformation, it means that we can no longer be predictable to people around us because we're unpredictable to ourselves. We're working it out. Okay, so there could be someone in your environment who is not who's trying to pull you back into the old you, and that's always really tricky if you are undergoing a huge transformation. For others of you, it could be that you're trying to do two things at once, right? You're trying to heal, bring something back into balance, but then at the same time, you also want to kind of be a leader. You also want to kind of take charge of a situation and take charge of your business for those of you who have a business. So that's where sometimes it's a bit difficult to kind of do two big things in one month, but we will clarify in a moment. The outcome for the month is beautiful. We've got the Page of Cups, and this tells me that you're going to be receiving a lovely heartfelt message, maybe from abroad, but from someone who really just wants to give you a bit of love and support. And the reason why this feels so strong for me is because you're doing so much work on yourself this month that you really feel it when by the end of the month someone kind of recognizes it and sends their love. But let's clarify. It's almost like something it could even be something with the Page of Cups. It could even be something whereby someone from the past who you thought it was a particular way contacts you and opens up to you. That would make a lot of sense to me because with the Queen of Swords energy, who speaks her truth, right? Usually when we stand in the power of our own authenticity, it does reflect back to us from people around us. So you might be in for a beautiful piece of truth that you may have been harboring for some time, may have been painful for some time. Okay, let's clarify, Capricorn. Under the Queen of Swords, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. Under the Death card, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh la la. Under the Three of Swords, we've got the King of Cups. Under the King of Wands, we've got the Death card. And under the Page of Cups, we've got the Chariot, which is beautiful. Okay, so Taurus. In standing in truth, it's quite simple, really. You're kind of looking at everything you've put your energy into, everything you've put your time, your money, your investments, your love, your work, your blood, sweat and tears into, and you're kind of saying, yeah, I'm not so sure this really panned out the way I'd hoped. You're evaluating he's kind of evaluating his harvest over there. He's kind of deciding with himself, like, do I plant seeds for the new harvest? Or was that all worth the effort? Okay, so you're being really truthful to yourself and you really are being kind of honest with what you kind of put your work into. By the way, we do have two Death cards turn up. So this is definitely confirmation that you're undergoing a huge transformation this month, okay? Now, with the Death card, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So you kind of know deep down that it is damn well in your interest to undergo a transformation and to kind of, this can be anything from like letting go of toxic behaviors or toxic habits that you may have. And because we've got the Devil card that's kind of around over there, which can sometimes represent toxic energy. And toxins can be literally physical, like toxins that we consume. And you're looking at how can I move things around? How can I move things more into my favor? Because I feel that this old me is now, I've done that. I've kind of really gone to the extent of that, and now it's just kind of not working for me anymore, particularly because of that card over there. Okay, so I feel like this transformation, this death that you'll be undergoing is a huge shift, a huge fortunate cycle that you're entering into. Now, when we go to the Three of Swords, it's clarified by the King of Cups. And it's weird, Capricorn. Again, I feel mostly that this, for most of you, that this King of Cups energy is your energy. You know, you're showing up kind of intellectually kind of lighter. You're showing up kind of emotionally grounded, emotionally solid, and emotionally intelligent and connected to your emotions. So for some of you, it's like this experience that you're doing, this kind of cutting to the core. She's cutting to the core of the onions, you know. One onion, I mean. This is like getting right to the crux of the matter. So it's penetrating the layers of mental truth to get down to the emotional core of what it is that is so important to you. Now, for others of you, perhaps it is, you know, that you are... there's a bit of sadness that you're still dealing with through a King of Cups, but really, I really do feel like the King of Cups is your energy. This is like you breaking through mental barriers in order to get to the heart of a matter, because it's showing up in the positive and it's beautiful. The challenge is a King of Wands with the Death card. It pretty much confirms what I was saying, that for some of you, if you still want to be a boss and you still want to take the lead in something, but of course you're undergoing a bit of a transformation, it makes it pretty tricky. This is a transformation, right? Or for others of you, if this is somebody in your life that is trying to pull you back in, that again, it's difficult because of Death card. So this Death card correlates, speaks to this Death card, meaning that you're applying yourself, you are administering a new change in your life with that Death card over there, okay? And this is just a challenge. It's just trying to pull you back into something that you have already been, right? And now you are evolving, right? With the Page of Cups, we've got the Chariot, which is a beautiful outcome. Page of Cups is basically that news that's coming on in. It kind of sets you free with the Chariot, because the Chariot kind of is a... traditionally, she kind of leaves, or he leaves the city behind him, and he goes with the white horse and the dark horse, right? He embraces his light and his shadow. He says, I don't care what may come my way. I know that if I harness both my energies into this beautiful justice, equilibrium, and balance, then I know I'm good. Okay, so it feels to me like there is some sort of beautiful messages coming on through that is going to set you free, and set you free on a new course. It could be that it's an invitation to go somewhere physically, because it is Chariot cards. It can be a bit of a travel card, or it is something that kind of really cuts through something that you always believe, some sort of limiting belief, or something from somebody who had said something that really hurt you in the past, and you get a whole new truth on perspective on the situation based off this message. Okay, it's a kind of thing that sets you free. So I love this reading for you, Capricorn, because not only are you taking the energy and applying yourself into finding more internal balance, but you're also being supported in that as well. Okay, there's somebody who wants to kind of pull you back, but let's just go over here quickly. So I really feel, sorry, I have to switch the cameras, and I'm still new to this, so bear with me. I do feel that there's you are really taking the initiative, and by the end of the month you're going to get your reward. You're going to feel like you've set free. You've let go of some of the layers of yourself that have been kind of collecting over the years, and they just don't suit you anymore, so you're just getting rid of them. You're finding more equilibrium and more balance, which is awesome. Okay, so let us finish off with a message from Spirit. What does Capricorn need to know, please, for their highest good? Thank you. Ooh, Lemuria. Creating heaven on earth, it's happening. So, for some of you, you could be connecting with your past life of being from Lemuria, but what this is really talking about is you are creating the change in your life. You are creating the new paradigm shift for yourself. Yes, we're being like totally zapped by loads of energies with the photonic light that's coming in, light codes, all the chemicals that the governments are shoving in the air. You know, we're being kind of bombarded by a lot of energy, but you are taking the initiative to create heaven on earth for yourself. And heaven on earth for you means freedom, and it means balance. Okay, so Capricorn, that's what I have for you. I hope it helped. I hope it resonated. Of course, if you want like a personal reading or challenge session, check out my website, robynsane.com. Information is in the description box below. And have a beautiful month. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.